I would like to welcome you to this webinar and thank you for investing your time in learning how to build a business. My name is Phil Bajura and I'm honoured and feel very privileged to have gained significant business knowledge throughout my 30+ years in senior management within the corporate food industry, and in the last 14 years of being in business for myself. During that time, I've been responsible for implementing significant cultural change in many different and varied business environments, and I look forward to sharing some of this experience with you today. My purpose here today is to challenge your way of thinking about your business, particularly within the current economic climate, and offer some alternate ideas for improving your business structure now and into the future. My goal is to inspire you to identify 3 to 5 key things that you can take away from this webinar and to immediately implement in your business that will change the way in which your customers not only view your business, but ultimately want to buy from you and not your competitor. We have a lot to cover today, so take as many notes as you need. So a little bit about Action Coach. Action Coach first started in 1993 in Queensland by Brad Sugars and has grown very rapidly with over 1,000 offices in more than 80 countries worldwide today. The thing that makes us unique is that because we have more than 1,000 coaches around the world, we have all sorts of resources that we can draw on. We attend at least 2 conferences a year where we meet the other coaches and form relationships with them and learn from people who have experience where we don't. So there is a great depth of knowledge and resources that we can draw on. Our focus is on the small and medium-sized business community. A little bit about the point of power. We all know people that want to lie in their bed and lay blame, find excuses, even worse, live in denial. We also know people that take their oar and steer their ship in the direction that they are aiming to achieve by taking ownership, accountability, and responsibility. The people below the point of power are in a powerless situation. They're not in control. Whereas the people who are above the point of power are in a powerful situation, taking control and steering the ship in the direction that they want to go. Above the point of power is about the what, the when, and the how. And below the point of power is the who, the why, and when you reach that point of denial is about withdrawing. And that's not a great place to be. Below the point of power is all about the reasons, and above the point of power is about results. It's so important, particularly in this current economic climate, that we as business owners stay above the point of power. It's about taking ownership and strong leadership and steering the ship in the direction that we need it to take at this point. What you will get from today's session will be some BFOs, blinding flashes of the obvious. While some of what I cover may be new to you, there will be much that you already have heard, but have not yet acted on. That is, you've heard it, you know that you should do it, but on average, there's 44 small businesses closing their doors each day, according to the Australian Bureau of Statistics data. Statistics also say that 80% of businesses will fail in their first 5 years. More surprisingly, 80% of the remaining businesses will fail in the next 5 years. Given the current global pandemic, these numbers of businesses closing in 2021 will be significantly higher. As business owners at this point in time, our focus must be in saving and restoring livelihoods that our own and other businesses generate. At Action Coach, our long-term focus for business is to have 100% of business owners expanding their success and achieving their goals and dreams. Have more than 75% of businesses selling for a multiple of earnings to create a wealth event when the owner is ready to exit the business. That is, having a return on the investment for the time, money, and effort that they've invested into their business since they started. For most businesses, the owner only has a job, and when they finish the business, they just close the door. That is, no return on the investment for their time, effort, and money that they've invested. Another aspect is to create multiple generational legacies through strong exits and or successful generational ownership transitions. Expanding on the huge impact upon the lives lived and the legacies created by millions of people across Australia and the globe. Right now, your focus should be on managing mindset, yours, your team, and your customers. Ownership, accountability, responsibility. That is, taking the oar and ensuring that everyone is playing above the point of power. Identifying the gap between stimulus and action, identifying where change in direction can occur. Also, you need to be focusing on slow down and think, adopt critical path thinking. And finally, seek assistance when you run out of ideas or are not sure where to start. So the number one reason for business failure is the failure by business owners to seek outside advice soon enough. The change curve. Where are you right now? So looking at the change curve is that, when this pandemic first hit, we went from shock to denial to frustration, some anger in between, finally depression. Then once we've started to accept it, we've then come out the other side seeking how best to problem solve. So where do you believe your team and your customers need you to be as the business owner? So these questions are what you need to be continually asking yourself. For those who are not in the problem-solving zone, commit to be in the problem-solving phase in the next day or two. As a coach, one of the many roles I play for business owners and their teams is to get them through to the problem-solving phase as quickly as possible and to help them stay there. When you and your team are all in the problem-solving phase, you can become proactive, plan forward, execute effectively, and make the daily and weekly adjustments required in this very dynamic environment. It will also allow the team to generate results and thrive. Your customers will be happy to purchase from you if they believe that you are above the point of power and taking control of your business direction. We need to face the new reality, the new normal in business. Be prepared to embrace the new reality of being in business today. Being in a totally new environment can make it a challenge to discern whether you and your business are in control or if you are about to lose control. The consequences of not gaining reality on this is that the next step after lost control is lost the business. And then the next step is liquidation. And we certainly don't want to go there. You have an opportunity to pivot and move forward, turn around, while either in trouble or in control or lost control phases. So by utilising the 17-point Pivot Now checklist and then reviewing with the 15 resources to reallocate checklist, You can pivot and sprint forward. Create an action plan for turnaround. Some examples of how some of the businesses we coach have pivoted include new products and services to service their market. An example was a people solutions HR company revamped their contract length based on the uncertainty. They also increased their current client communication 3 times. Another way was to reallocate assets to create cash flow today. So increasing raving fans in their community. For example, an ice cream shop used a catering trailer as a mobile shop to reach people in their neighbourhoods. They're now looking for more trailers due to the high demand. Others shifted their mindset and made this an opportunity. An example is a 4 times increase in lunch revenue by a local pizza restaurant when they shifted their offerings, redefined their goals, and shifted marketing so the community knew that they were open. Another way was in shifting procedures to ensure that the company can achieve cash flow. A cleaning business has shifted their cleaning procedures to ensure that they can still clean during this tough time. I essentially run 3 coaching programs which enable business owners to enhance their businesses and obtain results and business that they dream about. So I offer one-to-one coaching where we meet once a fortnight for up to an hour, and we establish key focus areas that the business owner is going to focus on. Mentor Club is a group coaching program mainly designed for startup businesses and micro businesses. And then we also run Growth Club, which is a quarterly 90-day planning workshop where everyone comes together and works on their own 90-day plans. So that brings up 2 goals for business owners, which is to get more profitability and to work less hours. Design a business that works without you. So our definition of a successful business is a commercial, profitable enterprise that works without you. There are 6 steps to follow to get massive results for your business. The first step is to get mastery of your business, eliminating the chaos. The outcome is that your business becomes stable. You are not concerned about making payroll at the end of the month or being able to pay the bills. The second step is developing creative marketing for your products and services. You're able to predict your cash flow by knowing your market. Here is where your business begins to generate cash for the business and yourself. The third step is systems. This is where you can start leveraging yourself out of the business and creating more time for yourself. There are 4 ways to use leverage systems in business. The fourth step is people. The team produces a structure for growth. You now have the ability to take long vacations and trust that your team is managing the business for you. At this level, a general manager can be brought in to run the business. The fifth step is in synergy. This is where everything seems to be clicking in your business. You can begin strategizing on your next stage of entrepreneurial activity. The business is a well-oiled machine. Passive income can be generated from the business, or the owner can duplicate or even sell the business. And then the final step is results. The owner is reaping the rewards of the business and is investing in other businesses or takes time for their own personal growth. These are the 6 steps to massive results. So the mastery level is about the commercial enterprise. Marketing is about being profitable. Systems is what enables the business to work. The people is without you. And then ultimately synergy is about duplication. So the commercial, profitable enterprise that works without you. Let's take a look at the mastery level. So the first area of mastery is destination mastery. It's no use going out and building a business if you have no idea where you're going. It's no use defining what you don't want. You must define what you do want, and clarity plus action leads to success. How you have adapted, so the things you need to be thinking about with destination mastery is how have you adapted your business model to pivot? Have you reviewed your vision, mission, and purpose statements? Have you gained a great deal of clarity around where the business is going to finish? Are you thriving now like our clients who have adapted? Are you planning to take market share now while your competitors are stuck in complacency? Resolution your business to take market share for and when the economy reopens. And preparation now is the key for business success. The next area is money mastery. Not only do I need to know what my historic numbers are, but the ones that will create my future. Too many business owners have no ability to make a decision, let alone the right decision, due to a lack of information. That is, they don't know their numbers. If we want to manage something, we have to measure it. So we in turn look to both historic numbers and future key performance indicators. This is both the accounting numbers and the testing and measuring results as well. Shrewd financial management is the key to running a successful business. To be a success, you must know how to collect, track, save, and spend the money you earn. You must be in control of your money. It is interesting that many of Action Coach's clients have been financially prepared for this economic crisis with excess cash reserves to weather the storm for more than 6 months. Budgeting and reporting. How many of you currently have a budget for profit? How many of you know what your daily break-even cost is? How many of you would like to know what these numbers are? So when we work with you, we'll give you our proven systems for calculating these numbers and help you to get this critical information addressed in the first 30 to 60 days. Remember, this is stage 1 of a commercial, profitable enterprise. The next area of mastery is time mastery. There is massive amounts of pent-up demand right now. How well is your business prepared for this? So there's GFA's reopening of the economy is being planned. Are you staying up to date with, even staying ahead of these planned changes? Are you looking at your staff, your supply chain, processes and facilities that must restart? What parts of your business will need to be kick-started? How much market share could be lost if you are unprepared? Are you ahead of the game and ahead of your competitors? What is the pathway to be prepared to sprint? Are you planning, training now for that sprint ahead? High productivity and activity is the outcome that we desire here. Understand where time is being wasted. So when we look at the time target, the not urgent and not important area in the yellow circle is about the things that we get distracted with. You know, social media, emails, unimportant phone calls. These are the things that are a distraction that we need to identify and avoid. The green circle is about the things that are not urgent and not important. And this is the area of delusion. So it's the things that we love to do which we make more urgent than what their level of importance really is. The blue circle area is the things that are urgent and important, and that's the demand on our time that we need to be spending working in the business. And that should account for around 60% of the time that we spend. The red circle is about the not urgent and important. So these are the things that are not urgent right now, but they are important. And this is what we call working in the zone. And the zone can essentially be seen as the working on the business stuff. So preparing standard operating procedures, looking at areas, the strategies that are going to help improve and build your business, help you scale your business moving forward. The final area of mastery is delivery mastery, and this is how well are you delivering your products and services. Ensure that you, your team, and your business is well prepared. Do you have the capacity to exceed any pent-up demand that may occur? Train and develop the team to deliver superior service, to create that wow effect. Create your personal and business training plan for improving customer service. What is your pre-game warm-up to sprint upon businesses reopening? And then take market share at this disruptive moment. Create your sprint forward action plan. Are you delivering your products and services consistently? Create your own game plan to compete and grow in the third quarter of 2020. Identify what the new normals are going to be in your industry and also your marketplace. What adaptations will you keep in place permanently as we go through the change that this economic climate is bringing upon us? For example, I've closed my Albury office and now working virtually from home. I don't see that this will change going forward. Virtual is now my new normal. How have your competitors adapted? What can you do differently to create an extra point of difference? How have customer expectations and habits changed in recent times? So again, utilize the 17 proactive pivot points checklist and also the 15 resources to reallocate checklist to help you identify these areas. Update your pivots and reallocations weekly to win. You must be reviewing changes that are occurring in the marketplace weekly, sometimes even daily. Consistency is the foundation for a healthy growth in a business. Let's have a look at the next level, which is marketing. So, what is your unique selling proposition? Generally, you'll find several uniquenesses in any business. Right now, it's about finding the one the market will buy from you because of, whatever your USP is. Also, make your USP one that is truly unique, not just a great service. Test several headings as headlines or offers. Measure which one works best. Turn it into a single line phrase that can be used in all future marketing. Again, test it. Your clients or our clients use the Action Coach USP and Guarantee questionnaire system to help them identify and create their USP phrase. The Purple Cow by Seth Godin. You're either a purple cow or you're not. You're either remarkable or invisible. You need to make your choice. Cows. After you've seen 1 or 2 or 10, they're boring. A purple cow, though, now that would be something. The book Purple Cow describes Something phenomenal, something counterintuitive and exciting and flat out unbelievable. Every day consumers come face to face with a lot of boring stuff. That is, a lot of brown cows. But you can bet they won't forget a purple cow. And it's not a marketing function that you can slap onto your product or service. Purple cow is inherent. It's built right in or it's not there, period. In Purple Cow, Seth Godin urges you to put a purple cow into everything that you build and everything you do to create something truly noticeable. It's a manifesto for marketers who want to help create products that are worth marketing in the first place. Let's look at the next level, which is systems. So systems is an acronym for saving yourself time, energy, and money. Let me illustrate how systems can save you that time, energy, and money. How many of you drive to work the same way every day? Have you ever thought about why do you do this? When you're driving, what do you think or do whilst you're driving mindlessly to work? The connection here is that when you do the same thing the same way every time, it makes you more efficient and allows for multitasking and creativity. So the 9 steps to systematizing a business is, first of all, is to identify and work on your vision statement. Have real clarity about where your business is going to finish. The mission statement is the statement on how you're going to get to achieve your vision. The culture statement is about the culture that you are implementing into your business. What is the culture that you want your whole team to essentially work by? It's setting SMART goals. So goals that are specific, they're measurable, they're attainable or achievable, relevant or realistic, and that are time framed. Look at your organizational chart. Plan what your business is going to look like in 5 years' time from an organizational perspective. What positions will you have in there? Today, you might have a number of positions in 5 years' time that have vacant, that will be vacant as at today. Think about your positional contracts. Not only is it a legislative requirement now, but it also is the facilitation of how your employees are going to work. Look at your KPIs, not only your financial KPIs, but also consider what operational KPIs you need in your business that are going to help you make better and the right decisions. The how-to systems, this is what I call SOPs, or standard operating procedures. Your standard operating procedures are essential to make sure that everyone within the team is doing the same thing day in, day out. It also is a great tool for training new employees. And then finally, there's your management systems. What are the management tools that you can bring into your business that are going to save time, energy, and money? For example, I recently had some work done at my home, and the tradie that I had come in to do the work came to the doorstep one day to hand deliver his invoice. The invoice was actually still the old carbon copy invoice. There are much better systems such as Xero, MyOb, and Recon that you can help utilize and save time within your business and improve the amount of information that you can attain. Let's look at people. So the next level of people is, this is where you as the business owner should be taking care of the team. You're implementing the strategies. You're identifying strategies to drive the business forward. You're taking care of cash flow, ensuring that the cash flow is in the business. The team then take care of the customers. They service them. They're providing the delivery that's going to keep the customers coming back to you time and time again. The customers then take care of the business by coming back time and time again. And then the business takes care of you, the owner, allowing you the time and freedom that you are looking to achieve from your business. The 7 keys to a winning team. 7 keys to a winning team is about you as the owner providing strong leadership. It's about the vision you're having for the business. It's the common goal everybody is working for to achieve that vision. The rules of the game becomes, what are the rules, the culture that the team plays by? What's acceptable, what's not? The action plan is relating back to your standard operating procedures. It's how the activities that each team member undertakes day in, day out to help achieve the common goal. Support risk-taking. Supporting risk-taking is important in any business because this is how you get development, how you get growth. It's somebody taking a slight risk to help improve things within the business. There's some caveats I normally put around risk-taking. The first one is, if you do make a mistake, tell me about it as quickly as possible so that we can collectively mitigate the impact that that mistake might have made. I also put a second caveat on this and say that if you do make a mistake and you don't tell me about it and I'll find out about it, that's when we'll be having a formal discussion. And the only other time we'll have a formal discussion is if you've made the same mistake twice. So support risk-taking is extremely important. If you think about the world that we live in today, we would not have the technology and all of the nice things that we have without someone having taken a risk somewhere in our past. Point 6 is 100% involvement and inclusion. Everybody within the team must be on board. And if there are members on the team who aren't on board, then you need to, again, come back to the rules of the game. Are they playing by the rules of the game? If not, take the necessary action towards moving those people on. The final area is know and appreciate your people. Understand what makes them tick, what their skills are, what they enjoy, and show them appreciation for the work that they're doing. Really important for strong leadership. Winning teams know how to get the right people on the bus. And what's important here is that you've got the right people on the bus sitting in the right seats. That way, you will end up with a great winning team. So let me ask a question here. If you could start your business again tomorrow, how many people, including yourself, would you not rehire? Have a think about that. How many people, including yourself, would you not rehire? The rules of the game is the culture that you want your business to run by. You must be prepared to draw a line in the sand and act on any instances immediately that are outside the rules of the game that you've set. When you start to tolerate actions or activities that are out of bounds, then this will be the start of a poor culture and bad habits becoming acceptable. You do get what you tolerate. Let's have a look at synergy. Synergy is when you're ready to install a general manager and put your business on autopilot. You have a well-oiled machine that is starting to run by itself. The next area of synergy is duplication. This is where you can start to consider, how do you put fun and joy back into your business and strengthen your team culture? What is your long-term plan to scale up your business? What are your plans to have a general manager take over the day-to-day operations so that you can achieve time freedom? How would you like your business to increase in market value and become by far the most valuable asset on your personal balance sheet? And what multi-generational legacy are you planning to create to change your family's identity and trajectory for generations to come? When you reach synergy level, these are the types of questions you need to be asking yourself. So, results is where this is the time that you can start to consider what is your own personal development, what's the next thing for you as a business owner. So let's have a look at the path that your business follows is really decided now, and particularly given this current economic situation. So we've been into the area where we had a buoyant start to 2020, sales were going great, COVID came into play and we started to take a dive. We went into lockdown and then we went into survival mode. So for the majority of businesses, they're still in survival mode, though we're starting to come out the other side, certainly in Australia, in some states, and starting to look to drive the business forward and then ultimately into the final phase of thriving. So right now, it's important to be thinking about the structure of your business. How are you adapting your business model? So there's 3 paths that you can take, and this is going to be dependent on planning for buoyant trading. So if you head down that path and you plan for buoyant trading but end up at tough trading, then that's going to be far better than no planning and ending up on the lower pathway with potential closure. So business owners have met with our team for a pivot strategy session and created their customized pivot action plan to adapt their business model to how business is conducted today, including how they're going to engage with their customers differently, shifting the products and services, and reallocating resources such as team members, marketing and sales efforts. The reality is that tens of thousands of businesses who are not aware of how Action Coach can guide them to pivot now and come out the other side of this with a strong plan to take market share will suffer the lower curve and may not be in business by the end of 2020. Consider which curve you'd like to be in, the upper curve or the lower ones. What must you do differently, and how must your business model be adapted to achieve the top curve? We have, all right, so your pathway to the opportunities ahead. So Action Coach has developed this little model. Some of you may still be in the red zone of trying to figure out how to survive in the middle of the lockdown. As mentioned earlier, we have already guided thousands of businesses to how to create their pivot and path forward action plan to survive and thrive in the middle of the lockdown. Some of you may be in the training or warming up stage. Now is the time that you should or must be creating your action plan. Some of you may not have been affected much at all by the COVID-19 crisis, and some of you may have taken on a whole lot of new business in the past couple of months and see that there will be even more opportunities you can take advantage of once the lockdowns end. In any case, your sprint forward action plan needs to focus upon scaling up your capacity and your resources. Where you'll be in 5 years will depend on the books you read, the people that you associate, and with the actions that you take. Right now, there is never has there been a more important time for you to be preparing and planning. If you are serious about learning how to implement the information from today's session effectively, please email me requesting the complimentary 2-hour pivot strategy meeting. I will come back to you with some alternate dates that we may align our calendars with. So please reach out if you have any questions at all. We've covered a lot in the last hour or so. Going back to my original goal and challenge is to write down 3 to 5 key things of value that you've learned from today and to commit to what actions you will start taking immediately. Email me right now at philbajura@actioncoach.com or visit my website businesssteps@actioncoach.com and enter your details in the contact page with the comment pivot strategy meeting if you would like to take up that opportunity. Thank you for investing your time today, and please remember to reach out. I'm here to help. And now it's time to get into action and stay ahead of your competition.